everybody, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I wanted to recreate the Kim Kardashian Cannes makeup look. I honestly fell in love as soon as I saw it and I was like, I must and I will film a video. So here it is. So starting off, like always, you guys, you know the drill. I use my soft ochre paint pot by MAC and then I set it with either a powder or I'll go in with a bone or cream colored eyeshadow, and today I'm just using some face powder from the highlight powder, but the matte one from the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette. I'm just going to use my Zoeva 228 brush just to buff this all in. I'm going to be going in with my Zoeva Cocoa Blend palette. I'm taking the colour Substitute for Love, which is a beautiful caramel soft brown. It's so warm, so I decided to use this as my transition shade, and then I'll buff this down all over the eyelid as well. I just feel like if I buffed it all the way down, everything else would blend nicer, and her look was very blended. There was no harshness. It wasn't very dark. It was just very kind of like toned down Kim Kardashian on the top end of her smoky eye. The bottom end is a different story. Anyway, I'm just using my 228 just to buff this. Circular motions, big circular motions will really help you buff this in and keep it looking softer. I am going to do a tutorial with this palette, so don't you worry. Then I'm going to be taking Freshly Toasted, which is a gorgeous warm earthy barky brown. It's so beautiful, and again I'm using the tiniest amount, and I'm just going to use this on the outer corner but use really big buffing motions just to blend this all in and make it look very natural. Her top lid was very natural. There was nothing much to it. Then I'm going to go in with Anastasia Beverly Hills, a single eyeshadow in Party Dress, and I'm going to pat this on with my 234 Smoky Shader Brush from Zoeva. I wanted to use a colour that was similar to my skin tone but a little bit darker, so we still got some emphasis on the eyelid. I didn't want it to be really cream because then I feel like it would look darker, the eyeshadow. Don't know. Do you get my drift? Anyway, I'm taking the Eye of Horus eyeliner. This is my favourite eyeliner at the moment. I absolutely love it. It's so precise and the brush isn't flimsy, so it's really easy to handle because it goes exactly where you put it. And I'm just doing the thinnest line I could possibly do. And don't worry about getting it super straight, but just do it really thin. So then when we smoke it out, it will be easier and you won't have so much dramaticness on top, because obviously this is a bottom heavy smoky eye. So I'm going to use my little shader brush from Zoeva and I'm going to start smoking it out. And it honestly took me a while to smoke this and my bottom lash line out. I wanted to take my time, and smoking out gradually is always better, because if you put too much on then you're kind of screwed. Then I'm going to just pop some mascara on. I'm using my Eye of Horus mascara also. I'm just going to coat a couple of coats for my top lashes. And then moving on to my face, so I'm using my Laura Geller Tinted Spackle Primer in Champagne. I'm literally using all of my Holy Grail face products today at the moment. I really wanted my skin to look its best, and so I've used my Holy Grail products. So I love this primer. It's super moisturizing. It's for like all skin types. I use it on all my clients and everybody loves it. Then I'm going to go in with my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation in the shade 6, and I'm going to buff this in, pat this in using my Real Technique sponge, and I'm just going to work from the bottom to the top. Then for my cream contour, I'm taking my LA Girl Pro Concealer in Toast, and I'm just going to buff this out using my sponge. I always like a little bit of foundation left over on the sponge to help me blend this out. And Mario is all about, who's Kim Kardashian's makeup artist. I'm sure you guys all know that, but he is all about blended skin. Like he blends the face. So I was trying my best to keep on blending even when I thought I was done. So hopefully it worked. Then I'm gonna contour my fair ass forehead. Honestly, I scraped my hair back after this, and then I had, like, literally it was all back into a ponytail, and I thought, oh my god, no amount of contour is gonna make my face look smaller. So I had to put like my hair in a bun because otherwise my face just looks so long. It was ridiculous. Anyway, for concealer, I'm taking my MAC Prolongwear concealer in NC20, and I'm just going to start buffing this in. You can see me keeping my head really still because I'm making an Instagram video, and then I'm like, yeah, that'll do, and then I just go back to making my normal faces. Anyway, I use my eye eraser concealer by Maybelline also, that I just put underneath my concealer just on my cheekbone area to blend it in with the foundation, because otherwise I think it looks a bit too stark white, so it's just kind of a transition shade. Then I'm just going to use the leftover concealer for down the bridge of my nose and the centre of my forehead, and then a little bit on my cupid's bow. And then I'm going to brush and fill in my brows. I am going to do an updated brow routine. I do one thing slightly different, but you guys have kind of noticed that I do them differently, so I will film that for you. Anyway, moving on to my under eye, it's kind of baking, I guess. But I'm just going to powder underneath my eyes using Laura Mercier translucent powder, and then I'm going to brush this also on my nose. And then basically any of the areas that I put the concealer, I just want to make sure that it's set and it's not going to crease. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of powder, and it's not really to bake, it's mainly because we're going to be using black on our lower lash line, and just in case I get any fallout I can just brush it off. But I am going to bake my nose and the middle of my forehead because I do get really oily there. So back onto the eyes, I'm going to take my felt tip liner again, and I'm just going to make a really slight winged eyeliner, and then I'm going to start to drag it down underneath the eye so it kind of joins up from the lower lash line rather than just the top. And then I'm going to start smoking it out by using my black eyeshadow from Anastasia Beverly Hills. So I'm just going to start winging out. And then I'm going to take the same black eyeshadow that we used previously, which is from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Shadow Couture palette. And I'm using the black shade. And I'm just going to start smoking out my winged liner. And then I'm also going to drag it out a little bit, so it kind of looks like that heaviness from that winged liner kind of fades out. And then I'm going to start joining it onto my lower lash line. I'm only going to shade the outer corner and inner corner first, because those were the bits that I thought really stood out to me. Her inner corner was like almost pointy, but it wasn't harsh pointy. It was more blended and smoky. So this was the area that I did take my time on. So then all I had to do was kind of join them up. I only put a little bit of black on my lower lash line to start with, and then I went in with Beans Are White. It's like almost charcoal grey, but a really dark grey, and I decided to buff that in first with my 231 Zoeva brush to kind of get the smokiness there first, and then I'll go back in with the black again and really make it dark. I didn't want to smoke it out with black. I just felt like if it went wrong, it'd go really wrong. And she had no warmth on her lower lash line. It was purely like blacks and greys. And then I'm going to go in with my Rimmel London gel liner in black, and I'm going to tight line my eyes and pop it on my waterline all the way and from the inner corner to outer corner. She was very dark in the waterline. Then going back in with mascara, and I'm just going to coat my bottom lashes. Now, I studied Kim's makeup look for ages, and it doesn't look like she's wearing lashes. If those are her natural lashes like bell down, they are amazing. So long. So I went in with individuals, and these are AWRA or ARWA individual lashes, and I popped on 5 really long ones and then in between put medium ones. It just kind of made them wispy. It wasn't loads. I didn't want to go too heavy, and then I just added some mascara to them to make them look like almost my lashes, although we know they're not because I got the tiniest lashes in the world. But yeah, so I just wanted it to look very natural, as natural as we could possibly get them to look. Then going in with my Giorgio Armani bronzer, and this is the Sun Fabric Bronzer in 400, and I'm just going to buff this in using massive circular motions because Mario is a god when it comes to makeup, and I have no idea how he makes it look so blended. So I just kind of kept on working it in with big motions and hope for the best. And I'm basically putting the bronzer where we contoured, so underneath the cheekbones, on the forehead, in the temples, and a little bit on my chin. And then just to darken up my contour a little bit, I'm taking Java and Fawn from the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette, and I'm taking it on my paintbrush to go underneath my cheekbones, and then a little blending brush to do the bottom of my nose to make it look a little bit more shorter. Then I'm going in with the glow kit from Anastasia, and I'm using the 2 bottom shades. I'm just going to put on a little bit of glow on my cheekbones. I didn't want too much, but I did put a bit on my cupid's bow and then the tip of my nose and the bridge of my nose with a pencil brush. I always like to highlight my nose. I feel like it gives me more of a feminine look, and because this look is quite harsh, you want to make sure everything's nice and soft. Then going in with Sleek Makeup Coral Blusher, I'm just going to pop this on the apples of my cheeks, but again, not too much. I wanted to make sure it was very soft. Then going in with lips, I've done this like 1,000 times, you guys. I'm really sorry I'm using the same shade, but it honestly is such a close match. I'm using Strip Down by MAC, and I'm going to ombre it, so I'm going to line my line my lips, and then shade in the outer corners. And then I'm just going to grab a little bit of my concealer and pat in the center of my lips, but add no lip gloss or anything. Her lips are very matte and very like ombre, but subtly, so I made sure that it was really nicely blended in with my finger. Guys, that's it for this tutorial. I hope you have enjoyed the way that I recreated Mario's Kim Kardashian canned makeup look. Please let me know in the comments below if you would like me to do more celebrity recreations or inspired looks. I really enjoyed filming this video for you, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel and give this video a thumbs up, and until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye!